Catalyst Sports began with a vet climb in the Grand Teton about 15 years ago. Eric Gray, our director, was working in the adaptive sports space and learned that in the Southeast US, there's the greatest concentration of people with physical disabilities in the United States, and that there was no one serving them. So he came back to his home state of Georgia and with some friends arranged that first climb, and that's kind of how it got off and running. We're a chapter-based organization and headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. We've got 14 chapters throughout the Southeast. We do mountain biking, climbing, kayaking, off-road hiking, and paracycling as well. My background is in developmental and behavioral adventure therapy, and my stepfather, he had a TBI back in 2006. He was a mountaineer, just big outdoors person, and while I was working in the outdoor industry out west, I got it in my head that at some point, him and I could summit Mount Rainier, which was his favorite mountain that he had ever climbed. And I started volunteering with Paradox Sports out of Colorado, and they focused just on climbing. And that was my introduction to this world. Years later, moved back to North Carolina where I live, and I wanted to keep doing the same type of work I was doing with Paradox, and Catalyst had climbing and all the other things as well. So part of it is just like the lived experience. Also, just the power of adventure is so amazing that I think everybody should have the opportunity.
If we didn't have these programs, I think a lot of people would just be sitting at home, I think more people would be too scared to come out. When you have these programs like this, you're like, oh, well, these people are like me. Maybe I should give it a shot. Some of these people here definitely had that same mindset. And I think it's just really cool that we have these programs. There should be more programs out there to keep people out doing this kind of stuff.
I do a similar outreach called Amped Biking, which I do for amputees, where we get out and do mountain biking. And the reason why I come out is, one, I want to support Catalyst Sports. They're a partner that's going to be working with me this year with one of my events. I come out here just to help bring other people up, encourage people to keep moving and realize that even though life is different, yes, they're dealing with physical disabilities, but there's always a way of getting out and doing something to feel better and help yourself.
I've done a couple of events with Catalyst. I've done rock climbing and like outdoor stuff, so this was just like another thing to try. And I've hand cycled a little bit, but I've never been on this kind of bike, so I just wanted to try something fun outdoors, and something like this just isn't accessible to like me every day. Like if you want to even try one of these things, you probably have to like buy it if you want your own. So just the opportunity to be able to try a piece of equipment like this and like go on the trails, have fun is really amazing.
And I do a lot of presentations about adaptive sports, but I've never done them. Like I don't have access to these. So seeing all the different modifications on bikes is really cool. It's really fun. My arms are going to be paying for it. Well, they're paying for it now, but they're definitely going to pay for it tomorrow. But it was really fun, especially going downhill and going like extremely fast. The bikes sound like, I don't know, like motorcycles or a car revving up, and you hear about other places having all this adaptive sports and you're like, Kentucky, what are we doing? Like your neighbors, like I just heard Tennessee has a bunch of adaptive recreational stuff. So I think Kentucky needs to get on board with more adaptive stuff.
So I seen this event going on Facebook, and I thought it would be really cool to like actually do something adaptive. I haven't ever done something adaptive before. Well, I'm friends with some wheelchair users, so they like shared it, and I was able to find out about it. It blows my mind each time, like, cause I can drive, I can, get familiar with like adaptive stuff. So being familiar with this was really cool, and I was able to actually be a part of something bigger. There's so many people out there that want to do things and want to do sports, and now like there's an adaptive sport out there like mountain biking. It makes it more better for everyone.
I've always been super into like outdoor recreation my whole life, and after getting injured, I didn't let that kind of stop me from participating. So I just wanted to come out and support the group, get more people into the sport. The bikes are very expensive. There's a lot of groups that will give you grants to help pay for it, but I mean that's just a huge barrier entry. Is like these pieces of equipment are so unique and so just not like mass manufactured that they're just super expensive and hard to get. Even for like big adaptive sports groups like Catalyst, like building a fleet is a tough ask, which is nice that they're able to come up because we don't have a group like that yet here in Kentucky.
I was just last week, in fact, at a big veterans off-road cycling event, and there was a young man there who was able to get a bike through the VA. He did not know how to ride it though, and where he lives in Pennsylvania, there are no programs like this. There are no other adaptive cyclists where he lived, so there's no one to teach him how to use his bike. It sat in his garage for 3 years. And he learned about this paracycling event that I happened to be at as well. And it was the first time he got to ride his own bike and really learn the skills. I mean, it's hard to even know where to begin. You know, these bikes on the low end are $15,000. So the average person isn't going to be able to go and just like, oh, I'm just gonna go buy a bike and like try this thing that is unfamiliar. Catalyst, what we're able to do is we leverage, our nonprofit status. We're able to buy equipment. We have coaches and instructors who know how to teach people how to use it. We're able to bring it to events like this one and let people try it for the first time and then progress as athletes. Without Catalyst, there'd just be less people on the trails and more people that don't get to have the benefit of being outside and exploring it on their own terms.